Imagine opening your eyes in the morning. There is no alarm clock, no rush to get to work. Instead, a servant quietly pulls back the curtains of your bedroom. Sunlight pours into your enormous home. Another servant is preparing a warm bath. A third is arranging your breakfast. You step toward the window and look outside. As far as the eye can see, the land belongs to you. Fields, gardens, vineyards, and hundreds of people working on them. Many of those people are considered your property. This was what wealth looked like in the ancient world. Being rich wasn't just about having money. It meant living in an entirely different reality. A reality where different rules applied to you. Where a single word from you could change someone's life, where people lowered their heads when you walked by. But as impressive as this life sounds, it wasn't as simple as it seems. Because in the ancient world, wealth brought power, and power brought fear. In civilizations like Rome, Egypt, Greece, and Babylon, the wealthy didn't live like ordinary people. Their entire lives were a performance. Take ancient Rome, for example. If you were a wealthy Roman senator, your day would begin long before sunrise, not because you had work to do, but because crowds of people would already be waiting outside your home. These weren't friends, they were clients, people who depended on your influence. Some wanted jobs, some wanted legal help, others wanted political protection, and every one of them hoped that you could solve their problems. Every morning, hundreds of people might gather simply to see you. Today, people count followers on social media. In ancient Rome, they counted the crowd standing outside their front door. And the bigger the crowd, the greater your power. But it wasn't just wealthy men who lived this way. Elite women had their own rituals. Their mornings could last for hours. Special attendants styled their hair. Perfumed oils were applied. Expensive jewelry was carefully chosen. Because status wasn't measured only by what you owned. It was also measured by how you looked. In ancient Egypt, appearance carried even deeper meaning. The dark eyeliner worn around the eyes wasn't just for beauty. Many Egyptians believed it protected them from disease and evil forces. In other words, getting ready in the morning wasn't vanity. It was almost a religious act. Now let's talk about their homes. Today, a large house might impress people, but in the ancient world, a wealthy home was designed to make a statement. Roman elites lived in enormous residences. The moment visitors entered, they were greeted by grand halls, fountains, statues, colorful walls, and beautifully designed gardens. Everything was carefully arranged to create one feeling: awe. Every wall delivered the same message: look how powerful I am. In Greece, wealthy families often appeared more modest from the outside. But once you stepped through the door, you entered an entirely different world. Quiet courtyards, beautiful artwork, elegant living spaces, private luxury hidden behind simple walls. Meanwhile, Babylonian elites built palaces with advanced water systems and rooftop gardens. In a region where water was precious, they spent enormous resources moving it uphill, not because they had to, but because they could. And if there was one place where wealth became impossible to ignore, it was at the dinner table. While ordinary people struggled to secure enough bread and grain, the rich hosted extravagant feasts. In Rome, dinner wasn't just a meal, it was a performance. Guests didn't sit in chairs. They reclined on couches while servants brought course after course of expensive food. Rare meats, exotic fruits, fine wines. The stranger and more expensive the meal, the more impressive the host appeared. Food wasn't simply about eating, it was about displaying power, and even the wine you received revealed how important your host thought you were. Entertainment was equally extravagant. Wealthy Romans didn't just watch gladiator games, they paid for them. The larger the spectacle, the greater the prestige. Thousands of spectators would gather to watch warriors fight and exotic animals enter the arena. The crowd cheered. The sponsor gained popularity, and influence grew even stronger. But despite all this luxury, there was one problem, a serious one. The rich were often some of the most fearful people in the ancient world, because everything they had could disappear overnight. There were no modern banks, no financial safety nets, no legal protections like we have today. A shipwreck could destroy your fortune. A ruler's anger could cost you your land. A political rival could ruin your family forever. That is why wealthy people constantly hosted feasts, sponsored events, and gave gifts. They weren't just buying popularity, they were buying security. Every relationship was an investment. Every banquet was a form of insurance. Every favor was protection for the future. Because the more you had, the more you had to lose. So the next time you imagine being born rich in the ancient world, remember this. Yes, there were palaces, there were feasts, there was power, but there was also fear. The fear that everything could be taken away tomorrow. And perhaps that was the greatest truth about wealth in the ancient world. The richest people lived lives of incredible luxury, but they also lived with incredible uncertainty. And that was what it was really like to be a rich, ancient human. Thanks for watching.